Hey, fellow challengers, welcome to another weekly webinar. This week, it is my privilege to talk about something, a part of health that is one of the most, one of the most exciting parts of creating and maintaining optimal health in our lives. And that's through really the social aspect of health and sharing what we learn with others. Just to start off, I'll give you an example of the way that we share things in life. I recently had a Facebook friend who had a service come to her house and clean her carpets. Carpet cleaning, obviously one of the most exciting things in the world, right? Not really, but at the end of her visit from the carpet cleaners, they did a great job. They were punctual, gave her a great price, all these things, and they asked her to help build their business for them. So they gave her digital coupons as well as physical coupons that she could share with her friends. So she posted on Facebook that the first 5 people that contacted her would get these codes. And 5 people jumped on it right away. They needed their carpets cleaned, right? So do we do this with everything? Yeah, women do it with when they get a great hairdresser. We do it with all kinds of products and services in our world. And a lot of times we think, oh, these things, they're not that big of a deal, right? But think about your health for a minute and how critical health is in our lives and how it raises the quality of our lives, obviously, but also the quantity. It extends our lives and really allows us to live that quality life for longer. Watching our children and grandchildren grow and experiencing all the things that we love about life. So to start, there was a study done about a decade ago at the University of California, San Diego that showed the social relevance of our own personal health. So when these people were studied, there was actually over 3,000 people studied, and when people in their immediate sphere of influence, so basically we're looking at family and friends, close associates, people that you might work with or go to school with and you see on a daily basis, when those people, no matter whether it was a positive or negative, so think of it in the terms of gaining weight or losing weight, the people in their immediate sphere of influence had 171% likelihood of following the same health trajectory or same health patterns. So if we have friends or family that gain weight, then typically we follow them or have a high likelihood of doing so. And the opposite is true also. So why don't we set the precedent and help people in our world by setting that example? So you'll see kind of success in the middle, leading by example, having a coach, a mentor, inspiring others, having that vision of what you want to accomplish. These are a few of our fellow health coaches, people who started as clients on the program, and the people in their world came to them wanting to know what was happening, right? You see some of these changes, they're pretty significant. And people in our lives, they want to know when significant changes happen, how we do it. And one of the great things about this program is how simple it is and how it can really fit into anybody's lifestyle because it is so simple. So I'll ask this question as we're at the beginning of this webinar: is what is a life in balance? When my wife and I started down our health journey, right, several years ago, we were really focused on changing our bodies. We were tired of being tired, right? We were tired of having no energy and looking in the mirror and not recognizing this person anymore because we had gained, for my wife, 35 pounds and for me, 50 pounds. And we didn't feel good. I was experiencing a lot of metabolic symptoms, things like snoring and sleep apnea, acid reflux, chronic headaches and joint pain, things like that. And so I went back to the gym before I found the Take Shape for Life program. I worked out 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, lost 20 pounds in 15 months, and then I plateaued for 9 months. I was super frustrated, obviously, when my mother-in-law introduced me to the Take Shape for Life program. And I will forever be in her debt. That's probably not something that a lot of people want to hear, being forever in their mother-in-law's debt, right? But I love her to death for it. And she was a great coach to me, still is. But so I got on the Take Shape for Life program, and I lost my next 30 pounds in just a couple of months, whereas my first 20 came off in over a year. But as I did that, she started asking me a lot of questions about my healthy mind and our personal finances, things like that. And if you just look at this wheel, we call this the trilogy of optimal health. A lot of these things in other areas were creating the problem in that I was having with my healthy body. Stress, time with my family, being fulfilled in my job, being able to volunteer, pursue hobbies, things like that. As far as finances go, we weren't saving any money. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We weren't able to put away for retirement, put away for kids' educations, anything like that. So it just accelerated the problem. Basically, we were sick and tired of being sick and tired, both in our body and in our minds. We were millionaires. We had little to no money. But the big thing was when I went back to the gym to try to get healthy, I just decreased even more time that I was able to spend with my family. I was going to work early in the morning, coming home for a brief, short dinner, going to the gym. Very rarely saw my kids wake up or go to bed. And those were my wife and kids were the things that I loved most about life. So my mother-in-law actually asked me this question: what's most important to you? And it was easy for me to answer: my wife and my 3 kids. And I wanted to be able to spend more time with them. I saw very quickly that my kids were on the same path as me. They were getting stressed out even at a young age because I was sharing that stress with them. She also asked me what I wanted my life to look like. Well, first of all, I was in a job where I was wearing a suit and tie, and I kind of had a dress code, right? I wanted to trade in that dress code for flip-flops or whatever I wanted to wear on a daily basis. I wanted to be able to schedule my time around what mattered most to me. I wanted to be able to eventually make an income for my family, whether I was on a golf course or a fishing boat or playing with my family, going on vacation. My wife and I were able to take our kids to Hawaii this last summer for 2 weeks and never worry about our business. And I'll get to more of that in just a minute here. But one of the greatest things that has changed our lives with health coaching and helping other people is Zig Ziglar years ago said, you'll get everything in your life that you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want in their lives. And so now we're able to spend our days helping people get what they want, starting with their physical health and moving on from there. Now we're able to put away for our children's education and really help create the lives that they want also, not just for us. And there's so many people along the way that helped us, especially parents who helped us financially when we were in tough spots. But now we've been able to turn around and help other people, and that's a great blessing to us. So I understand that the world revolves kind of around ourselves, right? There's a social theory. Essentially, it says, what's in it for me? There has to be something in it for you for it to be attractive or for it to be beneficial in your life. How is health coaching? How can it help you? Number one, we call it real health insurance because it reinforces your decision to stay healthy. It's kind of the old saying, who learns more, the teacher or the student? We become the teacher and we reinforce our decisions through sharing that with others. The goodwill that we receive is incredible. Also, the support from like-minded people, having incredibly fulfilling relationships. We're rewarded very well financially as health coaches, and I'll share a little bit more about that in just a second, how we're compensated. It's a ton of fun. We get to work with the people that we want to work with professionally and as clients. And we really, one of the things that my wife and I have loved is we get to create a legacy, generational health, both in all 3 areas: body, mind, and finances. So how can you help others? It's really as simple as sharing. And what do we share in Take Shape for Life? We share those three things: optimal physical health, which really takes place through the use of the Take Shape for Life programs and the habits of health; optimal mental health. We focus a lot on personal development, skill development, improving our attitudes, how we think on a daily basis, so that we can have more of an abundance mentality rather than a scarcity mentality. And then we get to really engage in those fulfilling relationships. Optimal financial health. One of the greatest ways of teaching financial health that we have is teaching others to do what we do as a health coach, as long as they share the desire to help people. We don't force anybody to become health coaches, nor would we want people to feel that in any way. And really, that additional income can help us organize our lives around what matters most. The organization that we have now, we can't do it alone. America needs a lot of help, so we need a lot more people on the forefront of health, sharing that with other people. So what does coaching involve? Number one question we're always asked is, do I have to be on my goal weight? I just started my journey, or I'm on my journey. That's actually one of the greatest times to start health coaching and helping other people, because you can just put your arm around people and say, come on this journey with me. Let us be health buddies. People do it all the time when they get a gym membership. They'll get a buddy to go and help them be accountable and things like that. So it's one of the greatest things to do from the beginning. It doesn't take a ton of time, but it's important time. We spend a couple of minutes a week with each of our clients going over the habits of health, a specific topic for the week, and help them more than anything else know that they're loved, that they're supported, and that they're important. And through that process, we help people achieve what they want in their life. We provide all the training, including how to acquire, find, and support our clients. And then I'll get to how we're compensated, because that's a big question for people also, because they don't want to add more time to their lives if they're not going to be compensated for it. So we're compensated in two different ways as health coaches. The first way is finding and supporting personal clients. I'm going to highlight two different ranks within our health coaching organization, and we have ranks because the company has been so great to us by incentivizing coaches who want to help more people. So a senior coach has between 5 and 9 clients. They're paid about 20% of their client orders. An average senior coach makes about $325 a month, or an extra almost $4,000 a year. Now, I'll ask you this: would $4,000 a year help your family? Would it help you maybe pay the bills a little bit earlier in the month? Would it help you send your kids to a private school, perhaps, that you've been looking at, or anything else that you can imagine? I'll move down to the executive director. An executive director has about 20 or more clients, and they average about $2,800 a month of income, and about $34,000 a year of additional income. Now, people ask, how much time does this take? On average, it takes about an hour per month per client. So if you were a senior coach and you had 5 clients, it's going to take about 5 hours a month to make an extra $4,000 a year. An executive director is going to take about 20 hours a month. Actually, as you become more efficient and proficient and more skilled as an executive director, it actually takes about a little bit less time. So maybe about 10 to 15 hours a month, and for an extra $34,000 a year. There are a lot of part-time incomes out there that don't pay that well, and you're spending 20, 30 hours a week. So the second way that we're paid is we are paid to train new health coaches. So for instance, the pictures I showed you at the beginning were health coaches in our organization that they started out as clients. Some people come to us as entrepreneurs. A lot of health professionals come to us and want to implement our programs in their practice. Whomever it is, when they come to us, we have the responsibility to train them and help them be really great supportive health coaches. And through that process, we get paid small bonuses, But those bonuses can add up when you're helping a lot of people. So I'll highlight a couple of ranks here also. A regional director has helped one or two health coaches reach the level of executive director. A regional director makes on average just under $3,500 a month, or almost $42,000 a year. If you go down to the global director level, these people have helped between about 5 and 9 coaches reach the level of executive director. So helping about 20 or more people. And they make on average $18,000 a month. These kinds of incomes are very possible. And really in the world, in traditional world, you don't find these until you're dealing in highly skilled medical fields and things like that. My wife and I have been coaching for 5.5 years, and we are presidential directors. In closing, really what Take Shape for Life has done for us is helped us focus on that trilogy of optimal health: healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And for us, where that starts and ends really is with our family. We've been able to spend more quality and quantity time together as a family, and really extend our family to the people that we love, like family now, our clients and the health coaches in our organization. So if you or anybody you know loves to help people, that you think you might be interested, or that person that you know might be interested in helping Americans get healthy, contact the person that invited you to the challenge, your health coach or your team leader, and get with them, ask for more details, maybe a quick phone call to go over some details, how much time that you might want to spend helping your friends and family or people in your world. And we would love you to join our team and help us get America healthy. Thanks. Have a great week, everybody.